this ain't even gonna work. So we're gonna have to
Yeah.
welcome the 2.5 Citizens podcast. I'm Zen,
And I'm Pablo.
and we're gonna get right into it. So we're streaming this because Pablo possibly, but doesn't, but could have possibly had the vid. To be honest
But I
with you,
definitely don't. My test came back negative, but we're still being
so
safe.
for all we know, it's a false negative. We don't even know right now. Like we don't even know in this day and age, in this time period, like how this type of stuff works. We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
We're in
We
the
don't
dark.
know.
So
Maybe we have that extra protection like Joe Rogan. Maybe we don't.
yeah, well, because he probably has those he's those NDAs or whatever, monochromal and you know what I'm saying? He's got all
Yeah,
the stuff.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know,
Hey, man.
so
I mean, you guys had to see us throughout the pandemic, just being next to each other. We are safe. So, we weren't just wilding the whole time.
we was wilding the whole time, I feel like. I really feel like we was wilding the whole time, but there's a few things that I want to jump right into. I mean,
Go
while
for
we
it.
got you here. For starters, your boy, right? Your boy
Which
Trump has
one?
been
You always
coming
say,
back.
"Oh my God."
Your boy Trump's been coming back into the news with some wild stuff. So it started, the first thing I would see was like there was the whole Colin Powell death thing that was a big deal. It was like a senator or something. I don't know politics like that. I don't know old people politics. Dude was 86, died from COVID. He went
From the
against a lot of
vid.
stuff. There was a lot of stuff that Trump had said before that he was fighting back against, and what Trump was calling him was a rhino, which is a Republican in name only. So he was saying he a fake Republican.
Dang.
But
He
he
said
said
on
all
the
this.
set, you ain't real.
But he said all this addressing his death. Like he put out a statement. He put out a statement. Like okay, like
Dang. Wait. So he said, like, dang. He didn't even RIP the homie.
he did, but he like he did in a
You
way
know
that
what?
was just so.
He listens to Pushaisi because he knows he can't kill COVID. So he's like, I can't wear no RIP shirt. So I just gotta go in on him.
I mean, he keeps the same energy and he relates it back to himself somehow. And I'm just trying to yeah, I'm trying to find what exactly he says.
Dang, this man flames
Also,
his ops even in death. That's crazy.
well, because one thing is he's keeping the consistency. He's keeping the consistency. So it goes, I don't know if it's Colin or Colin, but he goes, wonderful to see Colin Powell, who made big mistakes on Iraq and famously so-called weapons of mass destruction, be treated in death so beautifully by the fake news media. Hope that happens to me someday. He was a classic rhino, if even that, always being the first to attack other Republicans. He made plenty of mistakes. But anyway, may he rest in peace.
Damn, you know he didn't want to say that.
It's the but anyway for me. So like,
But yeah, whatever. Rest in peace, I guess. If I have to say it.
just in conclusion, rest in peace. So
In conclusion,
you
they
know
let me
that
piss on his grave, so I'm sending this letter.
when I saw that, I was like, oh wow, okay, like
Dang.
it's like that, and it's weird to me because sometimes I just wonder, like, that's why I'm realizing like he really just don't give a fuck.
I
And
wonder if he's gonna. Do you think he's gonna like create a new party?
well, did you see that he created a new social media?
That's what I'm saying.
So Michael Che was on SNL. I don't know if he was saying it on SNL, but he was basically calling his new social media site a sex offender social network. So basically he opened the Halloween edition of Weekend Update with the most haunting image he saw this past week. No, it wasn't Kanye West in his creepy white mask. He joked, sorry, yay. He goes by yay now. Even though no one looks at this and goes, yay. Okay, that was a bad joke. He basically, I guess, goes in on the whole social network. And And basically, Facebook. By the way, have you seen that shit? While we get into the whole social network thing, because it's making me wonder if we're going to kind of hit like a change in the ties for social networks. So
What happened?
basically, what's going on is Facebook is allegedly rebranding and changing its name.
To what? To
And
suck?
well, I had heard something about the metaverse. I think they're trying to like be the ones that create the metaverse for whatever that means. I don't really understand, but basically, um, that's like the plan. And so if that happens, I mean, if it is metaverse, and I don't know,
What does that
Mexicans
even
can
mean?
say el face. You can't say el verse, el meta. Like it just doesn't.
It,
It doesn't have the
it's
same
gonna say
ring.
el metaverse.
Nah,
Yo,
there's some too much for them to say.
tell me why it took me learning English for me to understand that Vicks Vaporub just meant Vicks Vapor Rub.
Oh, there's a
I
lot of
thought
things
that
that you don't know.
I thought the brand was called Vaporub. I
That
had
is
no idea
wild
it
for
meant.
you to think.
I had no idea it meant vapor rub. And then when I
Do
read
you do
it,
that thing?
I picked it up and I was like Vicks, and then I finally understood. I said vapor rub, and then like it was like the connection happened in my brain, and I was like, oh, this is foul.
Do you do you say things with a Spanish accent if you don't know what they are off rip? Like try to say it in
Yeah,
Spanish first.
sometimes, yeah. So like, yeah, no, it does happen. It depends. I feel like it happens more with names. Like, there's like I remember one of my coworkers had like a really European name, and I was like, "Yo, man, you just gotta tell me how to say this because I'm gonna say it like Hispanic like, and it's probably gonna be super wrong."
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where like my foreignness is Spanish, so if I don't know what's going on, I'm gonna go to Spanish. And I don't even know Spanish
Yeah,
like that, but like you come to me in a foreign language, you start talking Chinese to me, I'm speaking back to you in Spanish. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's like an automatic thing. I'm like, I can't understand you, so you finna not understand me.
yeah. Wait. Did you get my text last night? Because you ain't reply.
I actually did. I read it and then I didn't reply. And
That's
then I
some foul
forgot. And then I
stuff,
said it. I
bro.
read it the next day. I read it the next day. I'm like, damn, I didn't reply to this text. So,
That's foul. Can
all
we
right.
talk about how now we're trying to repander? Because we always get pandered too. So now we're flipping the script, and I like that.
Well, the thing about it is, for me, if I'm looking for the best brunch spot, it's got to be like a white person Mexican spot, like that's serving real Mexican food, but like for white people.
Yeah,
Like, I think the first person to try to do this. So we got these local Mexican restaurants that are now trying to serve mimosas. That are now trying to, you know,
get that white money, bro.
exactly because Mexicans ain't buying no mimosas. We might have like a Bloody Mary in the morning or like a michelada,
Yeah,
but
they're gonna
like
be like, "Mimosa, ¿qué es eso?"
yeah.
Yeah,
So like when you sent that, it just made me think like Los Cucos is the first one that was like doing brunch stuff in certain locations, and I
yeah.
feel like they were trying to bring that crowd in. Now you like Lupe Tortilla, they out here with the
But
brunch stuff. If you're looking for a brunch spot,
I feel like Lupe Tortilla is more of like a white person's Mexican restaurant.
100%.
I,
If you
I
got to spend,
and I'm gonna put respect on Lupe Tortilla. I like their fajitas, bro. They just pricey, but they're good.
yeah, but you need to have them for brunch, dog. You need to have those with the little eggs and a mimosa. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Quickly, while I have you on the stream, I've been actually looking for different places like for brunch, and I know that you have taken a liking for brunch, which is probably the reason you noticed that the mimosas at Tostada Regia. It takes somebody who's being pandered to actually notice it, because I bet you
Yeah.
your parents, if they were there, would not have noticed it.
No, they're no. Oh, I mean, my parents don't drink, period. So I don't think they would have noticed.
Is that a
Um,
new thing, or is that like a oh we need to chill, or is that like a they just never were about it?
it was more of like my grandfather was a raging alcoholic. So like my mom and everybody on my mom's side is like super anti-alcohol. I mean, like myself and like my cousins, we some of us like drink. Um, but I mean,
And they
It's
don't be
not like
tripping?
they're
Not like one of those they don't look at you like,
my mom trips on me sometimes, but then she like gets over it. I mean, it is what it is. I tell her like I'm like I don't. I was like, it's not like I wake up and I'm like I want a beer, like
Yeah, like, my household comes equivalent with alcohol. Like, I don't know, like, my parents' household, like, if we're at my parents' house, there's
yeah.
alcohol there. Like,
I
there's
mean,
no way there's not.
I truly don't understand alcoholism because I like I said I never wake up and I'm like I'm craving this. It'll just be like, yo, we're going to brunch. You want a mimosa? I'm like, I guess.
Yeah.
You
I don't
know?
understand it either, because but I hear it, like, I hear it's such a thing, like,
Yeah.
I definitely know there's people who
No, like
start, and
especially
once
like
they have a drink, they cannot have a drink.
yeah. No, dude, especially like doing like the bachelor party and how we constantly drank for like 3 days straight. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, that was wild. I felt uncomfortable, like, as much
That's
as
what I'm
I had.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like that's where I'm like, I don't know that I could ever do it like that. Like that's crazy.
So, um, are we gonna or are we not gonna hop onto Trump's social network and run that shit for the Mexicans? Are
Latinos
we
for
gonna
Trump?
put the country on our back and run through Trump country, the Trump
Nah,
metaverse?
nah, nah. I mean, you're probably gonna do it, but I'm cool.
What? How you just gonna
I'm cool.
assume
And
that I'm just gonna hop into this like that?
you texted me. I can't wait to get on.
Bro, what are you talking about? I did not pre-order my account already. What are you saying?
You said I have my username already.
What was it?
You said it's gonna be at Zen Rocha, 2.5 Citizens Pod, Proud Boys 69,
No, it's
Murica.
TAHC low Q.
Ooh, big you. What you ain't Big Q?
Dog. Big Q is a whole different thing. Oh my gosh, what if Q started conspirizing about Q, like actually started being self-aware and being like, what are they trying to get us? What are they trying to tell us?
Why are
And
they
then
trying to get
stop
me to
trusting
say?
Q. So then they start like a subculture of Q that's against big Q, so they're little Q. I'm playing
I mean,
mental
I could see it.
gymnastics.
I could see it. No, 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 no. The sad thing is that I could see it because people are idiots.
So that might be the next wave. I'm going
Bro,
to put
if
myself
there's
ahead and
people
be
in
little Q.
if there's people in this world that believe that the Holocaust didn't happen, then I'm pretty sure something like that could happen. Where like they believe that
The wild
Big
one to me
Q is
about the
out to get
Holocaust is
them.
like, and I don't understand that one at all. But
No, there's
I
like physical.
could,
Like you could go to places in Germany and
of
see
course,
it.
there's survivors. I mean, there's very, 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 very few
Yeah,
now, but there
I
was
mean, because it was
survivors
so
that
long
like,
ago. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It would be one thing if like there wasn't survivors out here and like shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Like Christopher Columbus. I don't know.
Yo, I
I
ain't gonna
wasn't
lie
there.
though.
I
On
wasn't
the on
there
the
for that one.
facts, no facts. But I ain't gonna lie though. In that Chappelle special where he goes, and I'm gonna name that movie Space Juice, bro. I died
Which how many times? He said it so many times.
every
You
time. It was
referenced Space
hilarious.
News so many times.
It was so funny.
So
Also, can we talk about that? Can we talk about that Netflix walkout? That was trash.
yes. Okay. So
Can y'all
I'm
make it? Can I'll say this on behalf of the 2.5 Citizens podcast. Can y'all please not make it so easy to hate on y'all? You know what I
it's
mean?
I get it. I have these weird things with it because it's really okay. I try my best to look at what they can be thinking, right? What is it that we can be
hmm
solving? My biggest problem is when there's something happening without like anything being solved. So like for me, defund the police was like, what are your like goals here? You know what I mean? Like, is
Yeah.
it
I mean,
destruction? Is
like,
it
I
just
own a
to
car. I don't want to
secure
get
that?
carjacked.
Yeah, so I'm just like, at what point are you like, is it gonna if you're afraid of like lives being I know you want to change the system, but like,
Yeah.
you know,
And I get
this
the
one,
whole like redistribute funds to like social programs. I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
understand
So
that.
there's
It's just
certain
the way it's
things, but
being marketed is
it felt very confusing.
yeah.
But with
hmm
this, I'm like, okay, are they trying to get the show taken down? Like, all right. they're acting as if Netflix is giving Dave Chappelle a platform, but they're
Hmm.
acting as if Dave Chappelle doesn't have such a large following that wherever it is, it's gonna get attention. If
Yeah.
he
I
just takes
mean,
it off Netflix and puts it on YouTube,
yeah.
it'll probably get even more views. So,
Right.
it's like, I know they're trying to say, "Netflix, take this off of your platform."
I like that they're backing him though. I do like that.
Now, what do we think about, because now I'm hearing Dave Chappelle is open to conversations with the protesters.
Hmm.
What
I
do you
mean,
think's
he
gonna
always
come from
was.
that?
That's what the special was that like, yo, like I come. He literally said, "I come in peace, bro." I think what I think is going to come from that, nothing. People don't want to hear it. People want to be right. People want to be offended. People like playing victim because our victimization is like a currency now. So as long as you can be the victim, you don't have to change. You just make everyone else change around you,
Okay.
which is a trash way to live your life, by the way.
Now
Like there's no growth.
Netflix is someone of numbers, it seems like. Netflix kind of goes
I mean,
all
they're a
over the place.
company, of
They're not
course.
really scared in a way, and they're willing to take some risks with even the
Yeah,
shows.
they
They'll
kind of want the
spend a
smoke
bunch
with
of
this
money.
one.
So them firing Homegirl, which I would think was like one of the only black trans people.
No, and I like to say that Schultz and his I hate that you got me into him.
I'm
In their
so
Flagrant
glad
2
you're into it.
podcast, in their Flagrant 2
All
podcast,
right.
they find out that they didn't fire her because of she did the
Oh, of course.
walkout.
No,
They
they fired her
fired her
for
because she
the
leaked
information.
information. Yeah, that's a fireable offense.
Of
But
course, it's a
that's not how
fireable
it's being.
offense.
But that's not how it's being like portrayed out there.
Well, no, of course you're gonna say, "Oh, these people walk out and then Netflix fires them." No, it's a fireable offense. To me, it's actually even crazier that Netflix
Oh
went
yeah.
that route and said, "We know how this is gonna look." Netflix knows how it's gonna look,
Hmm.
but
Oh
they
yeah,
did
they're
it
not
like that.
stupid, bro. And
Yeah,
the thing is too is like that's again like that you find ways to like still be like a victim because if you hear like oh they did this protest and then like and then they got fired like which by the way if it was during a workday and you just walk out I'm pretty sure I could still fire your ass like you ain't working.
it depends because there's I don't know if they're unionized. That's why unions are cool because like not I don't like them, but they're cool when that happens to them because they have contractual things. It's all
I don't
contract.
think they're yeah I doubt that
So
they'd
I
be
don't know how it works
unionized. I
for
feel like
this.
blue collars is usually what's unionized. I don't know about white collar stuff. Well
Yeah.
actually there's teacher unions, never mind. Would they
Yeah, I
be
mean,
considered white collar?
I don't even know what's white collar anymore, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, like a call center, they have unions.
Yo,
Are they? What
that
kind of
feels like a
colors do
blue
they wear?
collar. I feel like that's a blue collar job because you get like the worst of humanity.
I mean, it's so weird. Like, I never understood the whole blue collar, white collar thing. I had to go and do some diving on like why that was even a thing.
Hmm. Is it
So
just
just
because of like the Dickie shirts were blue and that's what you
kind
wore?
of, it was like if you're working out like outside and doing something that may get you a little dirty, if you're wearing a shirt with a blue collar, you're not going to see all the dirt or sweat or anything as easily as you would if you're
Hmm.
wearing like a white collared shirt. So it's like
Yeah,
white collar, you're inside, you're clean, you're not doing anything that's going to get you roughed up. Blue collar, you're going to be, dirtying up that collar a little bit, dog. So
yeah,
it's that whole idea, but I'm just like, okay, because I'm just like, we just be saying things sometimes because like society tells us that we say things, and
yeah.
I'll be like, why we be saying this?
I don't know. And
You ever be
but
wondering that
like
sometimes, like about why we
yeah.
have certain like we make up slang now, but there's like certain pre-slang put in place that's like almost medieval slang.
Are you saying this because you went to Renfest? Are you trying
A
to
hundred
flex on
percent, I'm
us?
saying this because I went to Renfest. Alicia walked up with me
Uh
to
huh.
a bar or like a store, and the second they said, "How
Wait,
you
did you
doing,
try
my lord?"
mead?
I did not try any mead on the low only because my mom has snuck wine in. Oh, I'll tell you actually. So
Are you dry
I'm at the
snitching on your mom, bro?
they ain't check nothing. They ain't check nothing at the door. I walked in,
I mean,
backpack
what are
full
they
of
gonna
whatever.
say? Hey, you can't bring your sword.
Yeah, right. But
Rent
no, they
that.
were saying stuff about like, usually it's like maybe certain outside food or drink. So we pull up to the bar
Mm-hmm.
and I'm seeing the mead there, and me and my dad are getting around. I'm dressed in a costume, so the usual thing is most people can kind of tell that we're related, like that. I mean, even if
Yeah.
they can't tell I'm his son, they could probably say I'm his brother or something. But I'm
Yeah.
wearing a mask, so like you cannot tell what I look like. So it's just two
Mm-hmm.
dudes walking up here, and
Yeah.
I was like thinking about having a mead, so I was like, I might get a mead or a wine or something. And my dad gets himself like a seltzer, and he goes, "You want anything?" I said, I think I want a wine." And he goes, actually, no, 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 no. Don't get a wine. I'm like, okay. Yeah, just get a seltzer or anything else. Just get something else. All right, I guess. Yeah, let me
Yeah.
get a ranch water. And then he as soon as the wench walks
Wait, did
away,
you get like the carbonated, like, I mean, not, sorry, like, did they actually make you a ranch water, or did you get like the pre-made one?
pre-made one, 100%.
Okay.
So like, she walks away and he goes, "Yeah, your mom has a whole bottle of wine in her backpack. So like if you want wine, we got wine there." I'm like, "Oh, you right, you
Mm.
right." And then he's like, this way just gonna walk away and be like, "Yeah, his boyfriend wouldn't let him get his boyfriend wouldn't let him get a wine." I'm like, "Yo, for real,"
Um,
because there
honey,
be gay
you know what
energies
it
out
does to
there.
your stomach. You know what it does to your stomach.
Yeah, you know what it does. I'm not dealing with that later. I am not. Okay, you are not sleeping next to me if you're gonna be drinking that. You know?
And that's on and that's on brr.
And that really is on. Speaking of dog, Roman got a job at Lululemon.
Yo, so can he hook it up with like the discounts?
He can. I'm pretty sure he can hook it up with the discounts. The thing
Because
about it, though,
the holidays is coming up, and
tell me
you know.
if this is weird to you, or if this is just
Okay.
the times we're living in. All right.
Does he have to like
This
walk
was a
around in sweatpants?
no. This is how Roman sold this.
Uh huh.
Like he was in the interview, and this real life said this, and more than likely put him ahead of most other candidates. He advised the personnel at Lululemon about the fact that he may sometimes wear women's clothing and how that could entice all sorts of different clients to want to try out the men's clothing. I mean the women's clothing, and not look at it as just a separate section, but maybe it's just the whole store or something that there may be an option for them. For maybe kids his stature to feel comfortable like that. This is
This boy
real.
really.
This is real life.
I can't with him.
And I don't 100% know.
I
I
mean, I
mean,
respect the hell out of it.
but it's also like, wait, like that was a positive, like that probably got you the job.
Yeah, that's weird. Do you think they got scared to be like, nah?
No, 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 no. There was some inside workings. I'll tell you off rip. I mean, I'll tell you off record. But
Okay.
basically,
Were they like he's brown? He's talking about putting, everybody's clothes on, so then we get everybody to buy stuff. I get
that
it. I see the vision. Okay.
I'm afraid that they're like, if we don't hire this kid, he's taking this to Twitter.
That's what I thought. That was my original thought.
It's a possibility. But yeah, it's just wild to me. But I said all this to say that he's been practicing his his greeting for when people walk in and they might feel a little comfortable. He's preparing himself for the whites.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna be able to. I think he's gonna be able to make some sales. I'm excited. I'm excited for the discount. But we have this thing now where every single time we see two people sitting next to each other courtside, we're
We
like,
assume they're dating.
always, what's going on? Why are they
Yeah.
sitting together? So the newest victims of this is Saweetie and well, it's first started like I
Wait,
saw
Jack Harlow
Chloe.
got a shot?
No, 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 no. So first I saw Chloe
Oh.
Bailey and Gunna sitting next together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that started sparking some rumors. But the funny thing about it was that funny thing about it was that more so than her sitting next to Gunna was the fact that she had Dasani water with her.
Oh, why?
That's what started really causing issues. So now this poses the question for
Whoa, whoa,
me
whoa,
to
whoa, whoa,
ask.
wait. But that's like what they have at the stadium, though.
That's what everyone was saying. That's all they got at the stadium. It's Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah.
What is the best water and what is the water that you think is like undrinkable? Some people were saying Dasani water tastes like water someone else already drank.
Okay, people were
That's a
ridiculous.
little
No,
wild.
I'm I, honestly, I'll drink whatever. I don't even care. Like I grew up in Mexico a little bit, so I mean, I'll drink water from the hose. But
I've
that's
definitely
cap.
drank water from the
That's
hose.
I have, but I hate tap water. I refuse to drink tap water.
Hold,
So I would
hold,
say
hold
tap.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. How you gonna go from I'll drink out the hose to nah, but for real, like I don't even like tap water like that. I'll
I hate
drink
tap water,
anything
bro.
except for tap water, except for the
Yeah,
free water.
exactly. I won't drink tap water, bro. It got fluoride, bro. Open your third eye.
I can't. I had too much fluoride on my system. It's closed.
There you go. There you go, bro. No, I'm playing. I feel like box water is the best water because shout out Jaden Smith and because it makes me feel like I'm doing something right, even though I probably am not doing anything more for the environment. I'm just wild water. But
Okay, I get that. So for me, it's more so. Um, I've been on the whole liquid death wave,
wait, I've been wanting to try that. Is
dude.
it good?
It's so good, in
Okay.
my opinion. In my opinion,
I thought they were just like big tall boys.
it looks like it, but holy shit, because there's something about that water that's like when you're drinking like a can, like you don't ever drink a unless it's like a 40, but you don't ever drink anything.
Does it like tingle your nutsack
A little
like it
bit,
makes
but
you feel manly?
it does because it makes you feel like you're drinking a beer without drinking a beer. But
Mhm.
then also it stays colder longer. Like if you're in a can, like the can just seems to stay colder longer
Mm.
than when you're drinking out of a bottle, which to me seems like in like 5 minutes, if you didn't drink that water, it's a wrap. It's lukewarm.
Mm.
It's just regular, I don't know. It's just not the same. But this liquid death, it hits different. I've been stopping by at
I,
Whole
I
Foods grabbing a few.
I will say this: the first time I ever saw someone drink Voss water in real life was you.
I didn't know. I'll say this. I didn't know Voss was like a bougie thing. I just because
Damn.
no, because
Like
I'm gonna be
just
real with you.
uh-huh.
I found them because this I found them hoes for the first time, like or what my parents did or whatever, at like Ross. Like they're at
Okay.
Ross. So like you see a bunch of random stuff at Ross. Like a
You
bunch of
do.
random snacks and shit and a bunch of random water. So when I like had that, I just thought it was another water bottle until like I think it was like Grown Ups 2 or something
When
that
you
were
were like,
like
"Wait."
when that kid was like, "Do you have any Voss?" And I was like, "Wait,
Yeah.
that's a
That's
thing?"
me.
Yeah, because I would see, I was like, because I'm also going to be honest, we like bougie Mexican in the sense where we was getting the Voss waters, drinking it, and then just refilling that one because there was something about that container that was just easier to hold water in.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
it's a good container, you know.
so we was on the low reusing containers sometimes. So sometimes it'd be like,
Sometimes.
no, this is a real Voss water. This one not a real one, but this one a real one. Hey, don't be touching my real one. And because there's a seal.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
There's a little sticker seal. If that seal's broken, it's a fake. That's how you gotta know, dog.
Mm.
So you gotta be on top of that.
All right. Counterfeit boss.
Counterfeit Voss is real. It's a real thing. It's the
But
real
yeah,
thing.
bro, tap water's foul. I don't drink that stuff.
Do you have a Brita?
I used to. I don't know what happened to it. I didn't even have the real Brita. I had the off-brand Brita.
I have a real Brita with off-brand filters.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, so every place pretty much makes filters that fit into the Britas and like
Mm-hmm.
work with Britas. So I have a Brita container, and the first time was a Brita filter, but since then there's been off-brand filters on the Brita system. So to me, I don't think I'm drinking Brita water. I'm probably still drinking off-brand water, right?
Yeah. I will say this though, the fridge we have now has water. Like you just press a little button, water comes out. So we don't really need a Brita.
But I also feel like you be paying mad money to have that little machine there. Like all the backup stuff, like all the extra charges. Dog, I went into you with you into your apartment one time. We just walked in, they tried to charge you $100.
They did.
They almost tried to charge you a walking through the apartment fee. It
Oh
felt
yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah. You were like, damn, they're just trying to get it where they get it.
Anywhere. I'm like, wait, if they be charging you $5 just to get your package? Like, we ain't gonna open the door unless you slide a 20.
No, no, no. Well, yo, we have free printing though.
Oh wow. Okay. I have a printer. Okay. You come through here, you got free printing. All right. They be telling you they give you the cheapest thing for free. Be
No,
like,
no,
hey,
no, no, no,
parking $250. But if you need to print out something, which no one prints anything anymore, is free.
no, 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 no. Check it. So Elvira and I don't have cable because who has cable? The way we've been watching the Astros, shouts out we going to the World Series, and
Yes.
shouts out to all the haters. Y'all ain't even here. The Yankees, y'all still inside. Dodgers,
Dodgers
y'all
are
just
out.
lost. So y'all staying inside, and we still outside. We out here.
So we finna just go up against Atlanta, huh?
Mm-hmm. Houston versus
That's gonna
Atlanta.
be that's gonna be kind of wild for
Bro,
the
all the
hip hop
rappers are gonna
community, I
be
think.
there. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like, are we gonna have like a Young Thug versus Travis Scott thing?
it has. It has to. They have to do it. I don't know.
So, because I remember whenever the Super Bowl was in Houston, it was. I mean, Texans ain't. There ain't no Super Bowl in our
Bro,
cards. But
at
when
this
we
point, sell the Texans and the Rockets. We got to pay Correa somehow, bro.
when we
He a
okay,
national treasure.
Alicia told me about the wild shit you were saying. She said, "Have you seen Pablo's Instagram story?" I said, "What?" He said, "He's making some bold claims." I was like, "What?" I had to go over there and I'm like, bruh. Because part of me, okay, and tell me I get you. I get you.
All right, all right,
But
all
then
right.
you
Sell the
but
Dynamo to pay
no, no, no,
Correa.
no, hold on. Now the Dynamos are like the only ones that have almost been consistently good for us. When I look at that type of stuff, like I don't know if my mom was saying there was one or to start one about a GoFundMe for Correa, right?
Yeah.
To pay Correa. I say, yo, I'm sorry. I ain't really trying to put money in so someone can get $400 million as opposed to like $150 million. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't see the need. I'm like, I don't see the. I get the fandom, but
Yeah.
I'm a company man, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna ride for the Astros. I ain't gonna follow individual players. I'm sorry. I'm like, what's best for us as a team? Great for us as a team. I like him. I like him in the media. I like him on the field.
He's
But
got shoe game.
he's got shoe game. But if the organization can't see that, then we gonna have to let it. We gonna have to let it rock. Now,
All right,
I
man.
want to keep him. I want the Astros to do everything in their power to keep him. I ain't finna open up my wallet.
How is selling the Texans opening up your wallet?
Okay, the selling the Texans and the Astros is just a wild thought because we need we need a basketball team and we need a football team. I mean, to be honest, do we need a football team? I don't know 100%, but we definitely need a basketball team. Because I
Yeah.
just think about it culturally. Like when I look back at like the NWA era and I think about like the Oakland Raiders
Hmm.
like jackets and stuff like that,
Yeah.
that marks the way people represent like your city is looked at and represented. Like for me, seeing people on like random YouTube shows and like who are actually big in the media wearing Astros hat regularly, kind of how people would just be wearing Chicago Bulls jerseys or Chicago Bulls jackets.
Yeah.
I've been looking for this team where the team like okay, when you talk about like Yankee fitteds, that's
Hmm.
bigger than the Yankees. You know
It
what I mean?
is.
So I'm
It
wondering
is.
when do we get something like that for our city, right? Like the Rockets logos
Can't
and
wear those
colors.
because they're the ops, though. The Yankees are the ops, so we're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
wearing Yankee
The
fitteds.
Rockets logos and shirts and stuff never seemed cool
Cool
enough
enough?
to
Yeah.
be rocked as like streetwear, basically. Same thing with
Hmm.
Texas stuff. Now back to back, the back to back shirts from when we went back to back with the Rockets, those
Those
go
are
for a
hard.
lot. Those are kind of
Those
like
are
old
hard.
school logos and stuff. I like those. But like new Rockets shit, like I can't just see myself wearing like a run as
Oh
one
no, 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 no.
shirt with some
Yeah, not the
J's.
new stuff. Yeah, they
You
need
know what
to.
I'm
They need
saying?
to. They need to like revamp their whole thing, bro.
So same thing with the Texans. There's no
Yeah,
like there's never a time where I can like wear a Texans shirt and get a fit off. Like I'm wearing a Texans shirt because we're
you're going
going
to
to
a
the
game.
game or something,
Yeah,
but I'm never
you're
really
never
gonna
just
like
walking
wear
around in like.
in
Yeah,
Texans gear like that unless it's like a hat.
right.
Astros merch though,
I can get it
Astros
off.
merch, I'll definitely get off an Astros shirt with like a
I
pair
mean,
of
the
like
hat you
all
have on
white
right now.
Jordans. Huh?
The hat you have on right now.
I'm saying this is the Carhartt collab. You got to be looking out, peeping for this one. But like,
I've seen it a couple times
it's out there.
out in the. It's out there. It's outside.
It's outside. So like, I actually like being able to see like, oh wait, we're actually like kind of making a mark now, bigger than us as a sport. The sport's one thing,
Hmm.
but the vibe or the aesthetic is another.
Yeah.
And I truly think even if it's not the best right now, we still need a basketball team for that,
Okay, I can see that.
for the culture.
Okay, okay, okay. This might be kind of wild. This might get us canceled. So then, do we sell the women's dynamo?
Yeah, 100%.
No,
I
I
was
don't
literally
think.
having a
Wait, no, no,
conversation.
no. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say that joke.
I was just having a conversation with my mom the other day, and she
Uh
was
huh.
saying about how like she she wanted to play certain sports, but like it got to a certain point where it was like I can't afford like the uniforms and shit that we have to like pay for to do
Right.
this sport, and the school doesn't provide any sort of financial like help or assistance for women's sports. There's not going to
Mm-hmm.
be any like people trying to like give women the opportunity to play a sport because even in the professional league, no one wants to really watch them. And like the way I see
Yeah.
it is like usually, and we see it a lot in the Astros, it's these dudes who like came from nothing and didn't have a lot of money who end up being the best athletes because they had to push, persevere. So they
Yo,
want to
yeah.
make sure that they give these kids that ain't got nothing else but to play the sport an opportunity to play sport. Because my dad was like, "Oh yeah, like we never had to pay for anything. All of our gear was taken care of by the school. All of this was taken care of by the school because they know, hey, people want to watch this poor kid play sports.
Yeah.
People,
Because he's
you
gonna
know,
push himself to the limit.
if we just have rich kids here that can buy all this stuff, hey, we ain't winning nothing. We
Yeah.
ain't winning no games.
They're gonna give up a halftime. Like they're gonna be trying to buy the rest. You know.
Real talk. So that's why I think that like you even see it in high school, 100% even like in, in professionals, it is one of those things. And I always wonder what is the proper way to try to get like what's the proper way to try to fix that? Is it integrating all together and get the best women who will go up against the men who don't care about there being a separation and want to compete all in all, even though that seems generally unfair? Is that the most way to get some attention into the
Hmm.
sport?
I think it's just we just gotta stop being sexist pigs.
Well, no, it's not. I don't. It's not necessarily just us being sexist pigs because even women who are into sports aren't into women's
No, no, no,
sports.
no, no, bro. But if I put the WNBA on right now, there's gonna be a part of you never been playing basketball that's gonna go, I could do that.
Not me, because I know I'm not good. But I'm also different. You maybe. I be
No,
seeing a
I've
little
never played
sexism in you,
sports,
dog.
bro.
I be seeing a little
Bro,
sexism inside, deep down.
I never played sports. How am I gonna go and just say I could do
Skateboarding's a
that?
sport. Is in
Okay,
the X
you did that
Games.
too. You did that too. It was in the Olympics.
That's what I said.
Yo, the girl. Well, I watched it. In the girls section, they were hard.
Women's skating is different, and I'll tell you why. If there's certain sports that are stylistic sports, so
Hmm.
like there is the can you land this, but it's also like how does it look when you do it,
Right. It's
and
visual. It's not just like how difficult this thing.
then that's why like dancing, women, dancing is a big thing where like there's a style to it, so it's also you're like
How come
judging
tennis
not
though?
only the
How come?
performance but the
How do
aesthetic.
we get the tennis attention? Because that's the only place where women get attention. So how do we get that into like every other sport?
I That one's a tough one because to me the tennis one is different because the tactics are different. And I don't know, do you think is it because you have powerhouses? Like, is it Venus and Serena that make people want to look at it, raise the bar of the league, and then make women want to raise the bar of the league? I don't know because I don't know enough
I don't
about
know.
how it even.
I don't know enough about tennis, bro. I just know that I like their outfits.
Okay, so with the aesthetic, right?
Yeah,
It's a
bro.
style of they
When
can.
don't tell me you ain't never watched Wimbledon, and then they pan out into like the crowd, and everyone's got like the cool sweaters and like everything, bro. It looks sick.
I've never watched
Like
that. I've watched the U.S.
Tyler pulled
Who?
up to like Wimbledon. Tyler, the creator.
I'm watching like whatchamacallit, like the US Open and stuff and seeing Corday up in the state. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wimbledon's cool, bro. That's real grass.
should we pull up to Wimbledon one day?
I mean, it's in the UK, but yeah, we should.
Dog, I need to get a passport. Do you have a passport?
I do have a passport. It's a Mexican passport, but it's a passport.
I need one of those, dog.
The
Because
Mexican one?
like a passport in general. Because like right now, I'm locked up in this country. If shit goes down, I'm here.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's
Good
why
on
I
the
be riding
side.
for the country so much because I don't really have another choice right now until I get this passport situated. Yo, if you were to take a trip, like what's the next out of country trip you think you'd want to take?
Hmm. Like no restrictions. Like if I could just go anywhere.
Yeah, like you had the bag. Like you just got the bag.
I don't want to go to like Paris or Rome, or I would want to go to like Tokyo.
I would want to go to Tokyo. I kind
I
of
feel like
feel like
Tokyo would be wild,
I almost feel like Paris and Rome are played out.
or maybe even North. I mean, South Korea.
Whoa,
South
bro!
Korea. South Korea. South Korea.
Hold
South Korea.
on. What do you mean? You you and Kim
I
Jong Un?
confused. I confused the Koreans. My bad. I confused the Koreans. South Korea. Yeah, I ever tell you how my aunt got like tired of watching like my aunt got tired of watching all the Mexican soap operas because she's like all they talk about is like narcos and she's like this is too real. I don't want to deal with it on like a real level. So
Yeah.
she like got into like Korean soaps.
Okay.
My aunt is like super into Korean soaps. So all that to say is that I don't know, it looked kind of cool to be there.
Well, isn't Squid Games based out of South Korea?
It is.
So would you say that Squid Games is a South Korean soap?
a really stressful one. From what I've heard, I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't
From what
even
I've heard, I haven't
continued
seen it.
dipping in.
My
I haven't
sister's
even.
been trying to get me to watch Parasite for the longest, and like this is very uncultural of me, but I will not watch a movie where I have to read subtitles because, and it's not because I don't want to deal with it. Well, it's because I don't want to deal with it. It's because I feel like, what if I don't read fast enough and I miss something, and then I don't know what's going on anymore?
That's not gonna happen.
Okay, then maybe I'll just, yeah, I
It's
don't
like
want to deal with
you have to
it.
realize. Like, oh, I always think about this. Like, there's probably someone, almost 100% someone who reads slower than you,
Hmm.
and they gotta accommodate for them.
Do they?
Kind of. I think so. If you
Mm.
want, if you want, all right. It depends on what kind of people you're trying to attract, right? I mean, you want it to be enjoyable for people. You don't want people to have to pause. If they start seeing data that, like, hey, we're losing the people from this age group to this age group because they can't read fast enough.
Yeah,
We need
they
to
gonna slow
fix
down.
this a little bit.
Yeah,
I assume. I don't know,
yeah.
but I would just assume. I've never had that issue with subtitles. I've only had that issue with, like, when they
No, I've
tried to,
never
like,
had the issue, but like it's always in my mind. Like, what if I
my
get tired of
fear.
reading? What if this is a 2 hour movie, bro? Like, am I gonna get tired of reading?
My fear with the subtitles is that I'm just gonna be looking at the subtitles the whole time and not actually looking at this full scene.
Exactly.
Because now I'm just listening to a podcast while reading.
Yeah. And then I don't know. And then my sister was like, "Well, then watch Squid Games because it's dubbed." And then I'm like, "Okay, maybe." But also, I hate, like, it makes me feel like when I would watch a, like, it's like a regular movie, and I would
Yeah,
watch it dubbed in Spanish. Like that's like the
it's
feeling I'm
terrible.
gonna get. Yeah.
Also, I was also told that
Except for
you're not
Shrek.
supposed to watch.
Shrek dubbed in Spanish is funnier than regular Shrek.
Really?
100. 100.
All right, I'm gonna
Come
have to
at me,
check this
bro.
up.
No, come at me, bro. It's funnier in Spanish.
I got you. I'm gonna check
One
that
and
out.
two.
And I was also told that you were supposed to watch the Korean version with subtitles for the full experience of Squid Game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, that's what I was told on the internet. I don't know. That's what Twitter said.
I finally understand what you mean when you say the internet likes things and people like things,
Yeah.
because kind of like going back to that
How are you
Chappelle
seeing
thing.
it?
It feels like the like actual people like the Chappelle special, but the internet hates the Chappelle special.
Yeah, because that's when you really start realizing, like, all right, I'm a prime example where I'll see something on Twitter and I'll come back
Hmm.
here and be like, bro, everyone's saying this, such and such, but I read like 2 tweets that said that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, everyone online is saying this shit. That's really just how it feels, though,
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
it's the whole vacuum thing. Like, if it's a kind of like, all of it is groupthink. So, what groupthink do you subscribe to? Most people in this group think feel this. Most people in this group think feel this. So it's like, okay, everyone over there is saying this. Everyone over there is saying this. But, like, everybody's truly different. And then when you start going out into the real world, like, all right, the internet, like, it's crazy when things are actually half and half. Like, the vaccine is half and half online. Because you have some
Hmm.
loud ass people saying some crazy anti-vax shit, and some loud ass people saying get the vaccine.
Hmm.
So for me, what I'm kind of thinking is that the internet isn't about the vaccine, but the people in power who are trying to push a narrative are all told we got to keep on pushing the vaccine narrative. So, like, the reason that I see this is like, okay, so, like, LeBron James, and I was hearing, I don't know if it was Charlemagne or somebody talk about this. When they keep on talking about the fact that homeboy won't get the vaccinated, um, is it Dwayne Wade or
No,
not
Kyrie.
him? There we go, Kyrie Irving. When they keep on talking about Kyrie not getting vaccinated, wouldn't it be in the best interest of the people for the news to actually report how 90% or so or whatever of the NBA is vaccinated or whatever, as
Instead of
opposed to
focusing
just
on the one.
making it seem like we're having an anti-vax conversation, as opposed to, if you tell people, hey, 90+% of these world class athletes who, do this, that, and the third are taking this vaccine, and the one
Yeah,
dude who thinks that the earth is flat isn't. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like Kyrie Irving's a wild guy. I mean, he thinks the Earth is flat. Also, pointed out by Schultz in the Flagrant 2 podcast. I hate you so much.
why?
Uh,
Why
was
can't
the
you
fact?
just
Whoa,
enjoy
whoa, whoa.
something? You
I
tried
don't know.
so hard. You tried so hard to get me into that Battle Ready podcast, and I listened to a few episodes, and they were all right. But like, I didn't fall into it.
It's because
I
they're
have been
it's because they're
trying and
serious. It's because
trying
they're
and
serious. It's because they're
trying.
serious. It's because they're serious.
I don't Schultz be kind of serious sometimes, dog.
Well, what I'm saying is, it's funny how I don't agree with what Kyrie Irving is saying, but it is funny that they're like flip the narratives. You know, with LeBron, it used to be like shut up and dribble, don't talk about social justice, and then CNN was like, no, he's a person. You have to let him say how he feels, blah 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 blah. And now Kyrie Irving is being wild and anti-vax and flat earthist, and CNN is like, yo, shut up and dribble, and Fox News is like, yo, he's a person, he's allowed to like, have thoughts.
So we can go back to that thing where you were talking about with the Chappelle special with the walkouts, where we're seeing the whole thing is you should be able to protest. You should be able to protest whatever you want. You should be able to openly, say your opinion, and you should be able to counter protest. And we've seen counter protests at every Trump rally, period. You've
Mm-hmm.
seen people buy out the entire front rows of all of these things and not attend so that Trump's rallies look empty and all this crazy stuff, which is fine. You can do that. The problem for me comes is when someone comes and counter protests you and you tear up their sign and basically start using aggravated, violent type aggression towards the opposition to silence them.
Yeah, because you don't really know how to deal with your ops.
You don't know how to debate with them. You don't know how to have a conversation with them. So you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. You're against what I'm saying? No, we have to just forcefully stop you. Which is
That's
the
what I'm saying.
same
That's why.
problem we
Yeah.
had with the protests when cops are shooting people with rubber bullets.
Mm-hmm. No,
So
it's
it's
the
like,
hypocrisy is incredible. Like it's crazy.
so that's where it makes me think, like, do we just want to be right or do we want to make change?
Right, because it's free speech until you
You
disagree with
disagree
me.
with me. Yeah.
It's freedom to counter protest until there's always a until blah 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 blah. Because when I was in college, there'd be this wild church that would go to every college, the Church of Wells. Wild people, they say some crazy stuff, bro. They basically just tell everybody they're going to hell. If they see girls with wearing certain things, they call them hoes, they call them sluts, they tell them they're going to hell. They like say like awful things. Like they also go to like military funerals and they tell the people that they deserve to die. Like awful people. So they would come to
Damn.
SFA and then like, yeah, bro, and then like people would be like trying to debate them with like Bibles and trying to like go
Yeah.
back and forth, and I'm just like, this is dumb because they're not listening. Like their brain is off, basically. They're just trying to like rattle you. And I remember I asked like this faculty, and I was like, why does the school allow them to be here? Like, if it's gonna rattle people up like this and make people this upset, like, why do they allow them to be here? And then they're like, well, it is a slippery slope, but like technically we're a public open school. Like, if we start telling them they can't be here, then it's like a slippery slope, basically, that like the school
And
doesn't
I
want to
respect
take.
that. I respect the fact where you're like, look, I get it. I understand how frustrating it can be. I understand how
But it's the
disrespectful it
right
can
at the
be.
end of the day.
If
Yeah.
they're right, and when you want to exercise that right, it'll be your right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that if
Exactly.
you have a point to come across, if you have a point that you want to get across, and if you have a certain opinion and a certain energy to it, you have that right to be able to express it.
And that's the
And
paradox of
people who
freedom, my
choose
friend.
to disagree with you,
Yeah.
but people shouldn't be able to physically harm you
Right.
or
Yeah,
physically silence you. Better yet said,
and
physically silence you.
and that was the thing that that group was very like, as much as like as much as like, you know, as much as they would like incite people, they were smart enough to make sure nothing ever got violent.
Yeah, because they were basically they're just doing the I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you
Yeah,
to
yeah,
bother you, but they're not touching you. So it's like
exactly.
learn how to debate or learn
Or
how to
just walk
be
away.
even
Walk
wilder
away.
or don't get upset about it.
Yeah, or like, cause like I remember I'd like sit there sometimes and just like hear them like scream crazy stuff, and then I'm like, yo, these people are just living in my mind rent free. Like I have stuff to do, bro. Like I have like 3 papers to do. What am I doing here? Just listening to these people get mad.
Exactly. It's fun for some people, but for
Yeah,
some people
I
if
mean
it
it's
frustrates you.
to anyone. To anyone, it's fun for a little bit, and then you gotta realize, like, hey, man, there's bigger fish to fry. Like, I'm just getting upset for no reason.
Yeah, no, it the problem comes when you legitimately get upset. That's like for me, if
Hmm.
I'm legitimately gonna get upset about something, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not
Right.
gonna entertain it because I'm like, I'm not even gonna try that. It's if I think it's gonna be fun, like, oh, you think that? This might be a fun conversation. Let's go into it. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know, man. I don't like to get angry in a debate or whatever. I don't
Well,
know.
no, I mean, because once they play on your emotions,
Logic
the
goes out the window.
yeah, exactly. It's all gonna be emotion based after that. So
But I think we got it all, to be honest.
yeah,
I think we
next time
covered
we'll
it
be in the
all.
studio, both of
Yes.
us.
You gonna be good? You gonna be patched up?
Yeah, man. What was that medicine Rogan was taking? I'll probably take some of that.
Huh? Yeah, ivermectin, um, monoclonal antibodies,
What was it? Horse
and
tranquilizers.
chill. It was horse dewormer, dog.
That's
NAD
crazy.
drips and stuff,
Yeah.
liquid IVs.
Sana koita rana.
That's honestly that was my big thing. So like when I was like sick, it's sana colita rana, the egg, Vicks Vaporru, and whatchamacallit, the thing that's Gatorade but not Gatorade.
Powerade.
No, the one for children.
Emergency.
Dog. Pediasure or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Is it Pedialyte?
Yeah, Pedialyte. Yeah,
And that's it.
I never used
And
Pedialyte for
whatever
its actual
and then
intended
whatever
purpose.
huh?
I never used Pedialyte for its real purpose.
Yeah, you always like, dog, I can't I gotta get to class, but I was at the bar last night.
Yeah.
Let's get this Pedialyte.
Mhm.
Liquid IV is the wave now, dog, and we found that
It
out
is.
really well at your bachelor party. But I put the whole family on to the Liquid IV, and now we're invincible.
Yo, have you tried Cheers though? Yo, Cheers
What's
will
that?
change your life.
What's Cheers?
So, Cheers, Cheers sponsor us. Um, Basically, what it is, it's 3 pills that you take right before you pass out after a night of drinking, and you wake up and it's like nothing happened.
Really?
I promise you. Promise you. I've taken it myself. I was like, "Yo, what's in here?" Like one of ours friends had them, and she was like, "Yo, take these. Make sure like y'all don't get sick tomorrow." And then, like the next day, I was like, I woke up and I like felt so good, and I was like, "Yo, what did you give me? Like, is that like is this drugs? Like, is this FDA approved?
Is
Like,
this
what the hell?
drug?
Is this cocaine? Like, what?" And then she's like, "No. It was like on Shark Tank and everything." And sure enough, it was. Yeah.
All right,
I
so
like read the
cheers.
bottom.
Cheers, sponsor us. Um, make sure
Liquid
that you hit
IV
that.
sponsor us.
Yes. And please, yo, if y'all on here, especially at this point, hit that subscribe button because it don't mean nothing to y'all. It's free and to be helping out on
Hit
our
the
side.
bell. Hit the
Hit the
bell.
likes, the bell because the bell. I'm posting stuff regularly. We got clips out, skits coming
Mm-hmm.
soon, and I need to talk to you because we actually have a really, 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 really good skit idea. Skits coming soon. Hit the subscribe button, hit the likes, share it, go tell somebody that we out here. and we're going to be back in studio next week talking spicy. So see you then. Thank you for listening to the 2.5 Citizens podcast. We out.